Good morning, welcome to a vlog. I think this may just end up being a productive day in my life. Hopefully it's productive, oh god, because I have a lot to do today. I just showered, I got dressed, I had some breakfast, some coffee, some water, some vitamins. I'm actually just about to go out to the shoe store. I don't know why, but I've hit the point, I guess, in the year where I've entered my pro athlete era. Okay, I wish that I was a pro athlete. Heading out to the shoe store today to actually pick up a new pair of running shoes, hopefully. I don't really know which ones to get. I just want to go and try on a bunch of them. It's like a running store, so I have slowly been getting back into running. Stupid, this is dumb. I saw a sign the other day on a walk and it was for like a marathon. It was like, oh, by the way, the marathon is happening in the city in a couple of weeks, I think. And I saw that and I was like, I should sign up. No, you shouldn't sign up. That's in 2 weeks. You have no training. Don't do it. But ever since I saw that sign, it's just been, apparently it's been a sign that I want to get back on my running stuff and just get better and better at it. And now for some reason my brain, a little goblin, a little parasite in my brain is like, do a marathon, run a marathon, start training for a marathon. Why? I don't know. Does this happen to everyone in their 20s? Do you hit your mid-20s and you're like, I should run a marathon? There's actually nothing else I should be doing. I should be preparing for a marathon. That's why I'm going to get some shoes today, and then I'm gonna come back and I have a gym session tonight, which is fun. I've been using Copilot pretty religiously, so I have upper body. I've been doing a lot of bouldering. I would like to get a gym membership again, because I have an apartment gym here and like it's pretty decent, but it doesn't have, you know, that many things, and it certainly doesn't have any classes. And I've really been missing yoga. I've really been missing yoga regularly in my life. I actually have some exciting news and some other things to tell you when I get back, having to do with school and academia and writing and publishing. So I will leave you on that little tiny cliffhanger, and then I will just go hopefully get some running shoes, bring you along. I'm not really in like a trying on running shoes outfit. I really wanted to get put together today to do some schoolwork stuff for university, which I'll talk about when I get back. But yeah, that is planned. It's extremely foggy out. I think it's a little bit humid, but yeah, I only have a few more days in April, and I'm also looking, you're currently on my stack of books. I'm looking at the stack of books that I need to get through, but also really like to plan out May with you guys. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I want to film a video today. So I don't know why. Sundays are some of my, look at this eraser. Sundays are some of my most productive days of the week. So I'm really hoping that the Sunday magic is gonna kick in.
You're not sort of desperate. In fact, like the majority of young gentlemen, you wanted an occupation which should be free from disagreements. I cannot tell what.
Okay, I'm back. My hair blew up. It's raining. It was raining. It's extremely humid out there. I got out there and I was like, wow, no wonder I have a headache. Pressure out there, just wow. So I think I'm gonna be working at my desk for most of the day. And what I want to focus on today is actually something related to my thesis. So if you're new to this channel, I just completed, well, not just, I've been done for a while, all of my coursework, everything, done my major for my English Lit degree, my bachelor's degree in English language and literature. And for that, I had to write 2 thesis papers because I did them at a transfer university from my home university, since I am no longer in my hometown. And one I wrote on Dance 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 by Haruki Murakami and Good Morning Midnight by Jean Reese, and that was all about the hotel trauma and transience. But my second thesis paper I wrote exclusively on Ice Fields by Thomas Wharton, which is one of my favorite books of all time. I just got back from Jasper last month, which is where Ice Fields is set, so that was amazing. But this thesis paper was all about the glacier and ice and narrative and memory. And both of them did really well. My professor, my thesis advisor, he's been amazing, he's been wonderful, but he really enjoyed the ice fields paper a little bit more than the hotel paper. He's given me the approval and the go-ahead to try and get this one published, even though typically undergrad papers are not published in journals or anything like that, but he is gonna help me out with it a little bit. He's given me all the guidelines, he's given me some journals I can submit it to, and he said that there's a good chance that hopefully, I mean, he said one or the other could be published. That is what I'm gonna be starting to do today. I have a big checklist. I've been putting this off for a long time because I just didn't really feel ready. I just have to like put myself out there, put my work out there finally, because that would be so cool. He did advise me to probably try and submit it to a journal independently so that I hide the fact that I was an undergrad when I wrote it, but just so that maybe it has a better chance to be accepted. So there's a ton to do before submission and anything like that, but I think ice fields, my ice fields paper about the glacier, is ultimately the one I want to try and work on and submit. There's a lot of edits I need to make. I need to see if I need to add any other sources. I think I'm finally ready to get this process going. Like I said, it's been months. I'm ready to push it forward. I haven't read over my paper in a really long time, but I think I'm gonna read through it again, go over it again, and just see how I feel about it now, if there's anything I want to change. And it's just funny how these things work out, because when I was writing my hotel paper and when I submitted that one, I felt that that one was the better paper, but it was actually my ice fields paper that got the better grade. I also need to email my home university because those grades have obviously been sent over a while ago, but I noticed that the average of the two, this is so convoluted, but basically because I was doing my thesis, which like at my home university, I would only have had to write one thesis paper, which is, you know, around 30 pages. But because I was doing it at a transfer university, the credits didn't like match up, and so I ended up having to do 2 thesis papers, which was 60 pages, and these things take months, and it was just a little, I was really upset about it at the time, but I mean, I love what I do, I love my degree, I love writing, so I'm not really that upset about it anymore, and it's given me this really cool opportunity. So, but like I said, I do need to email my home university because the grades are in, but the grades at my home university are significantly low. When I say significantly, I'm saying 3%, but for me 3%, I feel like that's a lot lower, and I'm not sure if it's because my home university has a policy that you can't get above a certain grade. I'm gonna see what's up with that. I don't want to be petty about it, but I'm just a little bit confused why the numbers aren't matching up. So anyway, that is some very exciting news. We're gonna be trying to get published. This process is gonna take a little bit of time. I actually have my thesis paper here. This is not, it's not this whole thing, that's quite long. It's just the title page of it. But essentially what I did when I finished all of my coursework for my English degree was that I started to print off copies of all the essays that I've ever written. This is only from 1 year, and it's not even everything from my 4th year. So this is gonna be like a huge binder of all the essays I've written. It's something I'd like to do for myself as kind of like a graduation gift for myself, is get a really nice binder, print off every single essay I've ever written for my degree and have them all in the same place. I think that would be really nice. So like I said, I only got through half of my final year. This is just half of 1 year's work. So you write a lot in an English degree if anyone has been considering one. I feel like since finishing all of my work, I don't really talk too much about English degree and English degrees and the whole schooling process, but I would love to get back into it, especially because myself, I'm not done with everything. I'm very much still looking forward to a master's. I was also definitely supposed to start this vlog at the beginning of the week because it's now coming to the end of the week. I did not find the time or energy because it's been a little bit stressful around here. Calcifer has not been feeling very well. Thankfully, it seems like it's nothing serious, but he's been having digestive issues, shall we say. It has not been pretty. And I've just been completely consumed with that and like so worried about him. When Calcifer is not feeling well, I am not feeling well. I get incredibly anxious when my cats, or for that matter any animal, is not doing well. Like he's okay, he's completely his normal self and he's eating and playing and being crazy Calcifer as usual, but he's just having some really bad digestive times. So I've taken him to the vet a couple of times this week, which has been quite expensive, and running a bunch of tests on him. Everything's come back completely normal. I'm just waiting on the results of one more test. I said at the last appointment that if that comes back all okay, it's most likely allergies. And it's most likely that he's developed allergies to his food, which is incredibly common, and that is so, the first thing I said, that is so on brand for Kelsifer. In case that was the case, I went out today. Oh yeah, I didn't get any shoes. I don't know if I already mentioned that. The shoe shop was not successful, so I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. Got some food that hopefully is gonna be a little bit better for him. If that is the case, and if he's developed allergies to something, we're gonna have to find out what that is, but yeah, just been stressful, and I haven't really wanted to film until I'm feeling better that he's okay, because he's like my whole world. So I think right now what I want to do first is clean up my desk and make it feel a little bit more like I'm back into my routine of doing schoolwork. It's now many hours later. I stayed up a little bit late working on this. I just found so many new essays, and one of the bigger things that my professor said to think about before I submitted it to any journal was the fact that I may need to include more secondary sources or more essays or more critical scholarship about ice fields itself rather than just the research that I did, because I didn't have that many secondary sources that I engaged with that were primarily just focused on ice fields, like from other scholars. So that is what I have been gathering tonight mostly. I did a little bit of a read through of a few pages, and then yeah, just been swamping my way through, is that a word? All of these essays. If my lips look blue, I'm not freezing, I'm just drinking a very blueberry smoothie. Can I just recommend to you something that I've been using that I am in love with? I wish I would have had this in university. It would have helped so much with classes, with reading, with the amount of scholarship and critical essays and all of that stuff that I had to read, and especially would have helped so much when I was dealing with the worst symptoms of the concussion, because I couldn't read for myself. I could only listen to audio. This just would have been literally a lifesaver for me, and that is listening. Who I'm so happy is sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't heard, get it? Okay. It's an app that turns academic papers, whether that's textbooks, PDFs, websites, it can even do emails, into audio so that you can listen to them and you don't have to physically read them with your eyeballs if you're tired, if you're stressed, if you want to save time, if you don't want to be chained to your desk, if you're dealing with a brain injury. Listening is phenomenal because it can also read stuff like math equations. It can pronounce really hard, difficult words.
Figure 5 stat-free activation in reactive inflammatory astrocytes.
Listening is not just simply another audio or text-to-speech app. It also has stuff like notes, and you can annotate the paper as well. Listening also has a feature where it can divide the text into chapters. They also have a variety of different voices. So for example, I am kind of creating my own document here with pieces from different essays of ice fields.
Thomas Wharton occasionally uses polysemy terms related to glacier terminology.
You guys can try the app for free, and if you use my link in the description box, it will give you an additional week for free as well. This has been so good for my tired eyes. Thank you so much for listening. Let's get back into it. Look, my hair's getting long enough that I can finally do weird things with it. So this is the look. Okay, I have a spoon because apparently mixing together some vitamins that I take every day. I've been getting a few questions about if I take any like supplements or vitamins or whatever, and I do, so I will show you. But good news is that I finally got the last of Calcifer's test results in, and everything is looking normal. He did test positive for COVID, so he did show positive results for the coronavirus, but that is pretty common apparently among most cats, which is interesting. So that is not the issue, and so the next thing would be to start hypoallergenic food testing, I guess. So the first thing I'm taking here is actually creatine. I'm just mixing this into water, but I started taking creatine like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month now. I was a little hesitant at first, but I've heard that for the girlies who have just horrendous periods, that creatine is either gonna be great for you or it's gonna make things even more evil. I've yet to have any test data for you on that, but I'll let you know when the results are in. I'm scared. Basically, I just try to take my creatine at the same time that I take all my other vitamins, so I can just do it all kind of together. But yeah, this is the one that I've been using, Naked, and it's tasteless. It's completely tasteless. Just a little wizard. Next step would be to come into the office and pick up like a prescribed hypoallergenic food that is of course from them. And here's the thing, when I went like for the first time to get his digestive issues looked at, they were like, okay, you have to go on this special food that is from us, and it was Hills, the brand Hills. I don't know what it's like elsewhere. Here, a lot of vet offices, pretty much everyone that I've ever stepped into has always sold 2 brands of pet food, Royal Canin and Hills. And sorry, the next one I'm taking is CoQ10. It's this one. They're all vegan, by the way, if you're wondering. Also, please don't think I'm giving you health advice, because I'm not. These were all recommended to me by my doctor that I take them, by my optometrist actually, neuro-optometrist actually, concussion things. But yeah, here's the thing with the vet food stuff. I used to work at a pet store, and I had to take like this pet health nutrition food course for like dogs, cats, small animals, reptiles, whatever, and just working there for a little bit and hearing things and like finding stuff out. A lot of vet schools and vet offices are sponsored by Royal Canin and Hills, so it just feels a little bit like because when you actually look at the back of the bag of like Royal Canin, for example, I feel like the ingredients are pretty atrocious, and I had never heard a good thing said about those 2 brands when I worked at the pet store. And obviously if you feed your animal that, like, great, whatever works for them is ultimately the most important. I just feel a little bit suspicious about when they're like, oh yeah, he needs to go on this food and you can only buy it through us, and like it's Hills or Royal Canin, which we are clearly sponsored by. So I'm just like, I just have feelings about it. I said I take a couple of vitamin D3. These are 2,500, but I take 2 because I live in Canada and because she told me to. I've also set myself up this week to have the most wonderful reading week of my whole entire life, perhaps. But these ones don't smell good. They don't smell great. I hate the way that these smell. It makes me gag. One of the last ones I take is the B100 complex. These are huge. This is my nose for comparison. These are huge and I hate taking them. I also would usually be taking a pre and probiotic in one and omega-3, but I just ran out of those, so I gotta buy more. Currently reading Lord of the Rings. Oh my god! I'm currently reading Lord of the Rings for Game of Thrones. It's going so well. I'm making a whole vlog about it. I already have so much footage. It's stupid, but just so good. And then I'm reading The Housekeeper and the Professor, which we'll talk about in a second, for the World Tour Book Club on Fable. That's going really well. I'm really liking it. And then the audiobook that I'm listening to is called Shady Hollow by Juno Black. This is like a small town cozy murder mystery, but everyone in the book is a woodland creature. The town is called Shady Hollow and everyone who lives in it is just woodland creatures. So we have Joe the Moose, who runs the coffee shop. We have Vera the Fox, who is the reporter. We have Lenore the Raven, who runs the bookshop. We have Orville the Bear, who is like the police commissioner. And one day a toad shows up dead in the pond and they're like, oh my, he's been murdered. I saw it described as Agatha Christie meets Wind in the Willows. So yeah, I'm just liking it. It's a fun audiobook. The sun is out, the vitamins are taken. I had a good workout last night And yeah, I'm loving every single thing that I'm reading. Hello, so it is later now and I have some reading updates. Also on my essay, I've been working a little bit more on that, which has been going well. So I'm still just in the editing stages, so that's going to take me a little bit longer to go through everything, decide if there are sections that I want to make a little bit longer. I don't think I really want to, honestly, and there probably is like a page count or a word count for the journals. Still just fixing up things that I want to edit, but yeah, it's going well. In terms of reading updates, I am still listening to Shady Hollow. I'm starting to like this one a little bit less. I feel like at the beginning the author really lathered on that coziness, like butter. She just soaked the book in coziness and like comfort. I feel like it is a challenge to keep that coziness of the murder mystery going throughout the whole novel, so I feel like it's dropped off a little bit and it's becoming a little bit repetitive. So I told you that the toad is dead. He bit the bullet. Actually, he was stabbed and also potentially poisoned, 2 for 1. But Vera, who is the fox, she's the journalist, and she kind of takes on the role of lead detective because the police office in this town is bad. It's bad. The chief of police is a bear, and he's not even a policeman, he's just a fisher. Like, he just goes on fishing trips and that's all he wants to do, and so he leaves the command of the police and like crime and solving crime and helping the town to Orville, who is like the second in command bear. So the police squad is not very strong, and so Vera the fox takes it upon herself to kind of do their work, and she starts poking around. There is this man, no, he's not a man, he's a beaver. He runs the sawmill, right? Yeah, that makes sense. And he's kind of like the baddie, the industrialist of the town, but the town still relies on the sawmill for like everything, and he's just not really the nicest beaver in town, shall we say. So there's a lot of suspicion placed on him. Personally, I kind of feel like he did it because the toad was found dead in the pond, like right next to the sawmill, and I feel like it's going to be like this environmental thing that ends up being the crux of the book. I'm not sure. When I first started this, I honestly thought it was going to be a little bit more charming than it's turned out to be. I do like how it's kind of a Zootopia situation because the animals have just collectively decided not to eat each other. Like, there's no predator-prey relations. We have sheep, we have owls, we have bears, we have birds, living all in peaceful existence, although there may or may not be more than one murder throughout. Oh, you know what? I feel like I just figured it out as I said that. Liking it, just not loving it. Sadly, it's gonna be a 3-star, and I don't love reading 3-star books because I feel like those are the ones that didn't do anything for me, really. The other thing I honestly just want to come on and say for a second without getting too cheesy, like, we're gonna minimize the cheese, but I posted a video today. I know you're seeing this the day after I posted it, but I honestly have so many videos coming this week because I've been working on a bunch of them, so sorry for the spam. But I posted a video about my first booktube video, and I honestly wasn't expecting to get the response that I did, and I just wanted to say like a collective thank you here for your kind words, for your sincerity, for your support. So many of you have been here for so many years, but whether you're new or old or middling here, however long you've been here, I just wanted to say thank you. It's been like reflecting and looking back on the past and even in the future what I want to do with this channel, and it just means so much to me, and I really truly appreciated your words today, because every so often when I post a video I'll get like quite a bout of anxiety about being perceived, about being looked at, about being misconstrued, and you guys just always pretty much literally every single time show me that this community is just so wonderful and so beautiful, and just the amount of people in general who share what they're going through in the comment section, and the amount of like just other people in the community who are like, hey, I'm right there with you, or I'm sending my well wishes to you, or we're all sending you love. It's just like seriously still blows my mind. And yeah, anyway, I think I've gone on maybe too long about this now, but I seriously just wanted to say, if you are watching this, thank you. Second update for reading, Lord of the Damn Ass Rings. my god, I can't wait for you to see my reading vlog. I need you to understand how excited, how freaking pumped up I am about reading The Fellowship of the Ring. I don't think I've been this happy with my reading in so long. Oh my god, I'm just eating up every single second. I haven't had a book that I've picked up in a while where I'm like, I'm gonna read this page as slowly as I possibly can. Literally as slowly. And in fact, when I'm done the page, guess what? I'm gonna flip it back and I'm gonna read it again. Seriously, I need you to know how well it's going for me. Carolyn's zooming through them. Carolyn's having the time of her life. I'm having the time of my life. It's just so good. It's just so good. And like, I don't want to finish it at all. I want to stay with it for as long as possible. But at the same time, I can't wait for you to see my vlog. Let me know if you want it split into parts or if you just want the full thing at the end of June for the entire Lord of the Rings. Let me know, because like I said, I'm getting kind of maybe a little bit too much footage just from the first book, so it's just going so well. I actually have ice fields right here, which I just keep looking at too, because I'm like, is there actually anything else I want to talk about in this paper? And hopefully if it does get published, then I will be able to formally share it with you. But it's just felt very special this year with everything that's gone on with like ice and glaciers and snow and the book in general and my thesis, and now being encouraged to publish it and like having this necklace, which I think this is now, I think the last time that I'm going to be able to tell you that it is still available, because I think there are a very, very limited number of necklaces left on Ana Luisa. So if this is your first time hearing about it, let me pitch it to you one last time, because it is 100% inspired. This necklace is inspired by Icefield, which, yes, 5 stars, one of my favorite books. I mean, obviously I'm doing this whole thing, this whole thesis, this whole paper with it, but this necklace designed with Ana Luisa, who are also having a Mother's Day sale on their website, which I will leave the link in the description. You can just click it. It will take you to the website. This is it. Let me take it off and show you one last time. And I just want to say again, another thank you for like giving me this opportunity. It is a star encased in like a glass dome, which I love. I just love necklaces that have like a dome or have a piece of glass. Like I would just wear a necklace that was like a piece of glass, honestly. I think that's incredibly cool. The chain is gold. I'm definitely more of a gold girly. In terms of like preservation and like keeping something frozen, I just love the double meaning of like frozen, like very just still, preserved, and then obviously of course like cold and snowy and icy. So it's just been such a cool journey, and like going to Jasper and seeing, first of all, where Icefields is set, seeing the Athabasca Glacier. I've worn this pretty much every single day since I received my first like sample pieces of it back in, I think, like June of last year. So it's been almost a year. Incredibly durable. I wear it in the shower all the time. It's water resistant. I just really like it. I think it's nice and simple, but it also has much more of like a hidden meaning and depth for me. So yeah, there it is. A big thank you to Ana Luisa, if they are watching, for letting me do this, letting me design a necklace with them. The process was really fun, really cool, and I don't know if I'll ever get to do something like this again. Although honestly, I would love to design some merch. Without further ado, honestly, there's been a lot of further ados in this vlog already, let's be honest, but I hope you liked yesterday's video. I hope you like this video. I hope you like tomorrow's video, and I will see you very, very soon, because I can't stop making content recently. So until then, I love you guys so much. Ciao.